Hi Pisces, welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel and I'm going to be doing a little reading for you today based on the upcoming full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn that takes place on Tuesday, July 16th at 5:38 p.m. Eastern Time. You can actually go ahead and look if you're in a different time zone and find out, what time that really hits during the day. But this is a big energy that's going to be affecting all signs. And I'm just looking into what's happening with yours in your astrology chart and in your general tarot reading. So let's look at first. In astrology, you will be looking at that full moon energy coming into your 11th house. That is mostly what's going to be affected for the general populace of Pisces. Do keep in mind this is a general reading, and so it will not resonate with every single Pisces on the planet. If it doesn't particularly feel that it's resonating with you, you might want to check your moon sign, check your rising sign or your Venus sign in your chart, and then just take a look back. If you need any help with that, just ask. I can absolutely point you in directions where you can look up your chart online. So anyway, Pisces, that really gets into your area of friends, big social circles, the mass consciousness, big groups of people. And so what's going to be definitely happening with you now and for the next 6-month cycle is this is going to be a purging energy. It is for everyone. The full moon lunar eclipse always brings up elements that we have to let go of. So we've already had a light shown on what we want to bring more of into our lives. That happened on July 2nd with the solar eclipse in Cancer. So we've already been given a little bit of an energetic ping. Even if you weren't completely aware of it, that's what's happening to kind of trigger some change. And so this full moon coming up on July 16th is a continuation of that. And this is showing you a lot of things that you might be getting rid of. So when it comes to you, Pisces, I think what you'll be getting rid of mostly is anything toxic in your environment, especially when it comes to friends, when it comes to social circles, when it comes to how you hook into the mass consciousness. You're a very sensitive sign. You feel everything. You can't not. You're like a fish. You absorb it through your skin. And so what I would say is that, if you're hanging out on social media and you're seeing a lot of negative things, a lot of negative news, sometimes it's really a good idea to take a break from that because it starts to just affect your whole mood. And when you get in a really sad place or a negative place, it's hard for you to get anything done, including taking action on something that bothers you or doing something positive about, what's on your mind. So that's a really good place to start. If you find that you're going somewhere again and again and the people are negative and you just come back feeling, really drained and not very happy at all, sometimes it's a good time to kind of go, I need to reassess that and maybe not make that part of my life. So these are things that you may want to consider over the next 6 months, especially Pisces, to just, contribute to your overall well-being and keeping that emotional, spiritual channel clear for yourself. So first I'm going to start out with the spirit animal cards. I'm just going to pull 3 of those and see what comes up for you all. Dear angels, dear spirits, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, Jesus, all ascended masters, helpers and healers, I'm just asking for your divine guidance as I do this reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, July 2019 for the sun sign of Pisces. Oh, these are beautiful. I love it. So the first one coming up, Pisces, is the brown bear spirit. And the bear to me is always very powerful. It's got that maternal protective instinct. It knows when to take a break. It knows when to hibernate and let the natural, patterns and cycles flow. So this is really getting in touch with that. The message on there is take time out. Funny enough, is like, that is that hibernation energy. So it's definitely saying, give yourself a break. If you've been kind of burning the candle at both ends, if you've been going out a lot, if you've been just putting too much of yourself out there, this could be a time to really take a little breather. The other thing is, you know, the brown bear is always connected to me to the stars because of that great bear, the Ursa Major up in the sky, that, you know, this great cycle that turns all year. So, you know, think about where you need to honor and protect yourself a little bit more. The next card coming up is Seahorse Spirit, which I love because this is an ocean creature, which corresponds to you very highly. This is saying watch and wait. To me, you know, I remember I went to an aquarium in Oregon, and I saw, you know, these huge aquariums full of these beautiful seahorses, and it was really something to watch because they don't really swim the way a fish does, or they don't have that like real, you know, clear direction. They really drift. It's very gentle and very meditative and very kind of almost hypnotic, mesmerizing to watch. And so that's sort of the energy that I think of with the seahorse, is it's like just let the currents kind of gently guide. You know, this is like if something feels right to let go of, you know, let it drift away without a lot of drama. Don't even have to have a lot of drama or trouble about it. And then your last animal card coming up is the starfish. So it's another beautiful sea creature here for you Pisces. And this is open to infinite possibility. I also see the starfish. It's kind of similar to that seahorse. It's open, it's receptive, it goes with the flow a little bit. It's not really trying to definitely, you know, have this massive course of action. So this is kind of like telling you, stand in your power, just like that bear spirit. Get grounded and centered. And if that means you need to take a break from, you know, negative social circles, people you've been around, things like that, then that's what you do. But once you're in that grounded spirit, you just be gentle with yourself. Go with the flow. Don't try to force yourself into any particular pattern, Pisces. I think that that's honestly a really, really good set of cards for you. I'm very pleased with those. So next I'm going to just pull from the traditional Rider-Waite, and I'm going to see what comes out in a past, present, future pattern here. And this is going to really, I want to correspond this to the next 6 months, starting with this full moon lunar eclipse. Send a message, please, dear Spirit, angels, divine guidance, in the past, present, future, starting from the full moon cycle for the next 6 months for Pisces. Alright, Pisces, so then something that's going into your immediate past, and this is something that you become very aware of, you know, as of the new moon in Cancer. So the Devil card comes up. It's a very powerful symbol. I always think of this, of course, as having the Capricorn energy. It's interesting, it's a Capricorn full moon. And, you know, those elements of Capricorn are also what we're looking at in purging. And that's for the universal. Capricorn elements can be working too much. That's a big one. Demanding too much of yourself, criticizing yourself and others too frequently, or feeling that they're doing the same with you. So this is definitely shining a light on that. This can also be an indicator that you're looking at anything that kind of chains you in a negative way, because that to me is, you know, sort of that, the more negative aspect of the Devil is always that sort of like, you're constantly, you know, fighting with either addiction or depression or just something, toxic people, something that's just, you know, keeping you chained and you feel like you can't break free of it. So definitely I think that that is something you've had brought to your attention very strongly, and now it's time to let that go, Pisces. Let that go. The more that you can purge that out, and you start there by, again, standing in your power, standing in your strength, and then being gentle with yourself, and not beating yourself up. You know, it's like if you're struggling with something, don't beat yourself up for it. We all go through our struggles. It's just being aware of it so that you can begin to change it and release it. So I'm just going to ask to clarify that card a little bit. See what comes up around it. 3 cards, please. Okay. Ooh, big choices, Pisces. You're doing your work. You be doing your work. So first card that comes up, you know, modifying that Devil card is that Ace of Wands. So again, this to me is, you know, goes along with that Bear. You're really putting that grounding down. You're putting your stick in the ground and you're embracing your power and saying, this is what I want. Because this is willpower. And it's willpower that's given to you by a divine source. So it's like if you haven't had enough strength to make those choices yourself, you get a little divine intervention here with that. And it's like, here, we're either going to send you that energy, we're going to send somebody to you that's going to help you, you know, establish yourself a little more firmly, but that's definitely part of the package. And so this next card coming up, there's that Five of Cups. So it's like instead of focusing on what's gone wrong in the past, Pisces, try to focus on what's right behind you. Right, what's right next to you that's still standing, that's still strong, that's still good. Try not to mourn too much for the past, because with that poem, it comes not again, right? Go forth to meet your future, your shadowy future, because it is yours, yes. So coming into the Judgment card, again, this is raising yourself from the dead. It's calling out a new life. You know, from that divine source is calling in you to a new existence. New start, new chance, new fresh energy. So Pisces here in the present situation right here, right now, is that Page of Swords. So to me this is the birth of a new idea. The birth of new thought, which, you know, leads to new action. And it needs nurturing because it is just the beginning. So you need to take care with those thoughts, because right now, if you're not feeling particularly strong in yourself, you know, those thoughts can get blown away really easily. So cultivate any new positive thoughts. I'm going to just do some clarifiers on here. See what comes up around that Page of Swords. Yeah, definitely movement forward. This is, you know, it's interesting, but the new thought is actually completing a cycle. So this is definitely, it's like there's that death of the old and then the birth of the new. So this is definitely, you've completed and you've done all that other stuff to death. It's like, it's done. You've seen it all. You've experienced so much already. No need to do it again and again. There's that Eight of Cups. This is you really moving on. Everything was ready. Everything was stacked up. Everything was looking pretty good, maybe. But there was just something missing. Whether it was, and this is usually in a relationship, this is that, you know, realm of the emotion in the cup suit. So it's like maybe you had a partner that everything, you know, seemed alright. It seems like, you know, people might have been telling you, hey, this is the perfect person and all stuff. But something just wasn't fulfilling. Something just isn't fulfilling. So you might be moving on from that, or you might be moving on from a job, or anything that doesn't emotionally fill what you need, because guess what, Pisces? You're moving towards the sun. You're moving towards the ultimate fulfillment. You're not content to just say, well, this is just good enough. It's like, no, you don't deserve just good enough. You deserve the best. Y'all are great people. You know that. So coming up into your immediate future, again, a very, very strong card. And I think this is beautiful because right now you're in that new beginning. And over the next 6 months, that you go from the Page of Swords to the Ace of Swords. So this is starting the new energy, and then this is like more of a completion. This is like you are fully formed, you know your mind, you know what's right for you know what's wrong for you, and you have that divine consciousness breaking through. I really love that. So I'm just going to pull a few more cards around that Ace of Swords, see what comes in around that one. Wow. Pisces, I love it. I love this. Oh, so the Temperance card comes in. So this is balance. This is you using that intuitive mind, but also the logical mind. See, the 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the earth. So this is a balance. And it's that divine give and take. This is all about reciprocity to me, always, when I see her, because this is like, have you been giving more than you've been getting? And I think, you know, Libra also had this card in their spread, and they do that too. because they're very giving, they're very loving. They tend to take care of everyone else first and themselves last. And Pisces, you do the same stuff. So this is all about, you know, giving, you know, too much and recognizing where you might be giving too much. And now you're starting to go, nope, I'm going to balance. I'm going to balance it. I'm not going to stick around people that take, and they never give back anything. So it's beautiful. So the next one again, you know, here comes that 8, that strength card, that spirit overcoming the more negative traits, the more negative habits of the human nature. And so it gets back to that Devil card with the struggle that you found yourself in or going through. And it's like, there's that spirit rising up and saying, not today, lion. We're going to be calm. We're going to be cool. We're not going to bite anybody. And your outcome card is really wonderful too. I love that one. That's that 9 of Pentacles. This is where I think you're going. This is a definite trajectory path. From, you know, going from that Devil card, struggling with imbalance, struggling with, you know, things that you can't free yourself from, and then all the way down to this, which is balanced. It's steady, it's stable. Using that energy of the bear, using that strong grounding power, because it's so earthy. And I think, you know, getting out into nature is a good idea as well. You know, anytime that you can go ground yourself, get stable, because this is all about planting those seeds, having those firm roots. You know, she's got that little bird, the little falcon. It's got the little hood on him. And anytime she wants to, she can take that little hood off that bird and say, you know, let's get a bigger picture. Let's pull back and see the whole view. So that gives you foresight. That means you've got that foresight. And Pisces, y'all are very sensitive. You're very intuitive. And when you aren't being negatively influenced by others, you have a real power of intuition and psychic ability. So that's something you might be interested in developing a little more as well over the next 6 months. So we're looking good. Looking real good. I'm going to just draw one more Angel Oracle card. Just, ooh, that wanted to pop out. So we got 2. Woo, Pisces! You are on fire! Relationship and wedding, hon. So if you don't have a special someone in your life, my goodness, they might be coming in for the next 6 months. That is strong, long-term engagement, relationship, marriage potential. So something to think about. And wedding, of course, too. This card has a double meaning. Sometimes it's an actual marriage, sometimes actual union. This is also the divine union. This is also the union of spirit to yourself. And the relationship can be cultivating that beautiful relationship between yourself and your angels, your guides, you know, and the people that are really invested in your best interest, even if they don't seem like they'd be your typical sort. Again, it's just getting that message. It might be kind of against your grain. They might even ruffle your feathers a little bit, but you'll know. You'll know if they have your best interest at heart, Pisces, and that's what I really want you to focus on. So thank you so much for joining. Those are your messages for today and for the next 6 months from this lunar eclipse. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. This is a new channel that I'm working on building. And click the thumbs up, 2 dragon claws up, haha. And I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.